Good morning, brother. How you doing, person? Hope you're doing well, man. It's time to stretch a bit. I'll be traveling to Scotland this evening, so I just want to stretch a little bit before I disappear. How's everything at your end, my man? How's everything around you? Well, likewise, man. Likewise, getting ready. I'm planning to set off around 5-ish to be ready, bro. 10:30. So that's the initial plan. Let's see how it will be. Well, you are absolutely right, my man. Same to your person. Safe trip, buddy. Go easy on the roads. I still feel my hamstring. We're gonna pull the muscle in there. been over 3 weeks now, and still there, but it will take some time before it recovers anyway. So guys, this is just a basic training what I do for capoeira, just to work more on the stretch, okay, and the volume of the game, making sure the mobility of the hip and the shoulders, they are great. So don't go mad, okay, when the body is still cold. Go nice, go easy. It's just really to stretch more the body, okay? So start nice, start slowly, okay, and then later you can start putting a bit more of the speed and more of the power. For now, as the body is just warming up, go nice and easy. So go meia luz de frente and change for martelo and back. Meia luz de frente, stepping forward, martelo. And the same again. Meia luz de frente, forward, martelo. Meia luz de frente, forward, martelo. Let the body just flow. Let the movement just keep nice with the swing. Okay? Don't put power in it yet. Don't do mistakes like we do sometimes. We just get excited. We don't warm up properly the muscles, or even though when we warm the muscles, sometimes we forget to look after joints and everything else, and that's when the problem starts. So whenever you're going to start training capoeira, go easy. Start nice and slow. It's like a tree growing there. Okay, start from the roots, let it grow, let it spread. Don't go too crazy on the very beginning, because you can get a lot of injuries. Okay, so if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. If you didn't leave your like, now is the time. And after a couple of kicks on each leg, go back to the little stretch again. Okay? Keep stretching nice and slowly. Okay? Very easy, gentle. And as I say, as you start getting warmer, then you can start putting some speed, but don't go crazy from the very beginning. Change the directions of the movement as well to become unpredictable, so the person will never know where you are or where you are going to attack, or if you really will attack, because you can just go and stop the movement. Having the body controlled at all times. This is the most important. It's not only the efficiency of the kicks, but how can you keep the control. So yeah, keeping the control is much more important than the attack itself. So if you can control it, and if you see an opening there, you really can throw the kick. You know, you see the person is going to block that, you can change the directions of the kick. You are going up, down, change again. This will all be very important when you need to use the movement sometimes. Okay? But if you are sure the movement will get the person on the right time, and then you really just throw it. But now, this is one of the things that happens when you throw sometimes a powerful kick, depending on what type of technique you're going to use. Like, for example, the kick I've just done, we call martelo. So, Okay, which I just let it go. So what happens here? I'm giving the back to my opponent. So what can I do from this very moment here? Work on the rotation of the hip. Okay, because the movement will stop just in there. From one attack, as I'm giving the back to the person there, the person move away, the next leg will be already on the place to go with the second attack. And the third and the fourth, or as many attacks as you can do in a sequence before the person can actually understand how your movements work and try to block or get in. So I tend not to block much of the movements, but divert the way, okay? So the movements come from that way. I'm not gonna simply block it. I want it to come because I want to carry on moving with my own kicks. Okay, so kicking again, turn and second. So kicking 1 and 2. Sometimes when we throw the second kick, it will depend who you are training with. They are looking for the first opening, how to get into you. You know, how to get your leg, or just try to lift you or block you or apply a technique as you have that little moment. As I'm throwing the first one, person manages to escape, I'm coming with the second kick. So for a person who understands a bit the spinning, how the movement works, they will see by spinning here that my leg is coming up and throwing the attack. Okay? For a person who can actually see what is happening with the movement, it will be just what they need. You know, this little opening with the leg so they can go right through between, like lifting or doing whatever they want. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna close that part a little bit now to not leave that gap. So with the person, they will get close. We're gonna have the foot there waiting just to strike them as they walk in. Okay, so the first would be just 1. As we're giving them back now, instead of lifting the leg and spinning around there, what we're gonna do, we're gonna close that leg, like getting knees to the knees up here. So we're not gonna leave any gap in the between. So we're gonna go 1 and 2, closing and back. So if they want to come, they're just gonna find the foot, which you can just stop. Or if they won't try to grab you there, you still have the time to run away. But don't throw any of your movements before you can see what is happening. On the moment when you are playing a game, when you are sparring with someone. On the fight times, then you don't have the time. When the fight actually happens, you will not have to know. You need to keep training, so whenever you need to use any of your techniques, your body will work automatically because the brain will just direct you straight to what you need to do. On the training is the time when you have the chance to see how the movement works, okay? So we see from here again. 1, throwing, 2. Okay, and we can always keep it on the go. Okay, a little slightly faster as we move, like 1, 2. Okay, the body will just go with it. And once again, after doing few kicks, what will go next? Stretch. Okay, it doesn't matter what kind of stretch you are doing there, but any stretch is good after throwing, you know, few kicks around. Nice and gentle, nice and slowly. As we said, it's a preparation for movements. Training is not all about pain and power all the time. You need to understand how the body works. So if you understand how to move slow, if you understand how the technique will be accurate, if you understand how the rotation of your body, how your muscles behave when you are training, okay, nice and slowly, whenever you need to move fast, the body will follow exactly the same process. The brain will tell you what is happening. So I'm a punch. Okay, fair enough. If I have to punch fast, it's gonna be exactly the same, moving a bit faster, but I understand where the hand's going, how the position, the arms, how I'm stretching my body. So not all the training is all about power and speed. It's about control, it's about stamina, it's about movement, it's about concentration, it's about meditation, it's about breathing. Okay, it's about understanding what is there. As I said, once again, when the fight breaks, there is no time to think about none of this. You are just there on a survival mode. But this survival mode, okay, your brain is already prepared because that's what you've been doing all the time, that's our training. So before even the event starts, you can prevent it, you can see. This is what we need to understand. To define a fight is not about closing the fist and legs and punches and whatever you fight. No, but it's understand the body language of the person next to you, or of the person who is around, and you just look at it and you don't feel confident, you don't feel comfortable being around that person. What would you? So take a couple of steps, change the direction, move, go to the other side of the road, of the street, just keep it safe. Keeping safe is the best thing what you can do. And the best self-defense will be always making sure knees and hip and foot, they are okay, because the best self-defense will always be run and run for your life. That's the best way to protect yourself. Run. Of course, run to the right direction. And please guys, don't forget to leave your like. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed there yet. Thank you very much for all of those who have subscribed already. Thanks for those who already left the likes, who's been part of this channel. We are growing slowly, We are just over 1,000 subscribers, which is, thank you very much. For a lot of people, they will say, yeah, bollocks, it's just 1,000 subscribers, there's nothing in it. For me, it's a privilege of having more people into this channel, because this is what you see, that's how I train, You won't see me training much in a nice gym, where the punch bags are, on the nice uniforms, nice hairstyle. No, this is me. After work, I come here and I like training. I only go to the gym when I really need to teach, or when I want to train things which I'm not going to show it here. So my private trainings, I don't require that. But when I just want to relax, stretch, talk to you guys, just do a bit of training after work, that's where I am. That's my gym. Don't forget the likes. I'm waiting for you guys to leave a like in there, motherfuckers. And then exactly what I was afraid of just happened, just started raining. Which is okay, I finished the leaves already, I finished work, so does not mean I need to be there in the rain, so it's good. But at the same time, I want to give a little wash to the van, and I will not make it just yet. So it's all fine, it's all okay. And back to the beat of stretching. Again. Seu cu é minha chibata, pau no cu. Drape o caralho, vai tomar no seu rabo, vai te fuder. Malandro. Vai pro raio que te parta. Tira a tua roda, cabaré. Vocês viram que o linguajar aqui do jeito que vem e volta. Né? Como é que você tá, malandragem? Beleza? Tudo na paz? Espero que esteja bem. Espero que a família, a vida e toda a sua volta esteja tudo na santa paz de Deus. Espero que esteja com muita saúde, muita prosperidade na sua vida. Beleza? É isso aí, galera, é isso que a gente quer, essa brincadeira, isso aí. Chega xingando e recebe o xingo também, viu, velho? Pode chegar, pode avacalhar, pode me mandar a puta que pariu. Pode bagaçar do jeito que vocês quiserem. Porque o Pretinho, ele também sabe falar uma meia dúzia de insultos, digamos assim. E volta para os alongamentos. Sempre, todo movimento na primeira base, entendeu? Chutou um pouquinho, massa, deixa. E sempre volta fazendo um pequeno alongamento depois do chute, tá? Cadê o drop? Saiu correndo, malandragem. Não aguentou. Não, aqui é só pros fortes, malandro. Aqui é só pra quem tem pelo no saco. Aqui é só pra quem aguenta o repente. Chegou no amor, a gente vai no amor. Chegou no desaforo, é daqui pra lá também. E a gente vai com força. A gente não segura muito o linguajar. As you guys can see, having a little problem on that leg. So most of the kicks coming from the left. If they are front kick, will be fine, you know. Lower kicks are fine. Problem is on the spinning when it, né? Então, cacete, como é que é o nome? Uma distensão muscular 3 semanas atrás. Então a perna esquerda ela não tá legal, ela não tá 100%. Mas se eu pelo menos não tentar treinar um pouco com ela, vai ficando cada vez pior, né? Então, mesmo que mesmo que você vá devagar, mas o treino ele não pode parar. Ele tem que ser consciente, tem que ser com cuidado, né? Toma cuidado e sempre. So, as I said, my left leg is not great yet because I pulled the hamstring 3 weeks ago. But I cannot stop training, even though I train it very slowly on that leg. Even though I can't move much, but even if I can do a little bit, I must try. Just to keep it going, you know, of course. If I need to use the leg in that event of whatever situation may happen, I still can use it. I still know how to use it. I still can, you know, move it around, move it about. But if I have the chance to use the right one instead, I rather to use the right one because there is still more power and I won't feel much pain on the right. But the left, I really need to be really careful on that one. Don't get me wrong, I still can throw it around, but you know, when you do the impact, you feel this. Of course, on the moment when the blood is like hot, you won't feel it much. But once the blood start getting cold again after the action, that's where you're really gonna feel it. That's where you're really gonna feel it. Hey Jimbo, how you doing, buddy? You good? Higher legs, higher blow rotator, boy. It's easy for you to say, boy. It's easy for you to say, motherfucker. Let's make things right. So let's start understanding each other here a little bit, Jimbo. Okay? How old are you, Jimbo? Let's start from the age bit. How old are you, bro? Let's start from there. 39 MMA fighter. Wait. Wait, boy. Wait. Your time is coming like mine did. Wait. You'll tell me that in about 3 or 4 years time. How is the body doing after 40s? Okay? Wait. Yeah. When I was an MMA fighter back on the day, well, on my time it was not MMA fight, because when I was fighting, I was quite young. It was vale tudo. It was great. It was beautiful. The rotations, the power, the kicks, the knees, the elbow. You didn't get much of the points when you are really pushing through it, But when I was 39, I was still able to do nice jumps, nice kicks, nice knees. When I was Vitor Belfort. Let's talk about that, boy. Let's talk about that. Well, we're not gonna go much into it, but it's just like a little conversations about MMA, about cage, about octagons. We saw what happened some time ago on the boxing between Vanderlei and Popó. A lot of things went wrong in that fight. A lot of things. When people ask me, what do you think about that? I say, well, I can't say absolutely anything about that because I'm not a boxer. I don't go into the ring. It's not my type of fight. Training something does not mean you are good at it. I did train boxing back on the days. Okay, I did train Muay Thai back on the days. I did train judo back on the days. I trained a lot of things back then, which if now I have to tell you, right, can you fight? Depends. In the ring, no, absolutely not. In the cage, absolutely not. I can't. On the street, that's my environment because that's how I raised into the fights. Okay, so when people ask them, right, what do you think about Popó and Vanderlei Silva going and fighting? It's exactly the same thing what I thought about Vitor Belfort fighting Holyfield. It's exactly the same thing I thought about Tyson fighting that young lad. Why old man wants to go to the blood ring and get smashed up? I think about myself, we'll talk about them. That's their life, that's what they do, that's how they make their money, that's how, they live their life into this environment of the fight there. Myself, I'm a street fighter. We see it in a different point. Well, I was. Let's put it right. I was a street fighter. So most of my techniques used in capoeira, they are not allowed even to be taught in capoeira nowadays into the schools anymore. Okay, because I trained with different people. Well, Brazilians, they will understand it. Some of the Brazilians. When I used to train with a jagunço. So the person who taught me how to play capoeira also taught me how to use the knife, how to use machetes, how to use cut razors, how to use guns. So we were trained in different ways than what the training is now in those days. Okay, so in a confront one-to-one in the ring, me with anybody else, for me is a loss. I'm gonna lose on the first few seconds of the fight. I will. Okay, I don't have that instinct to go into a fight. Right, it's gonna be 3 minutes each round. It's gonna be 2 minutes each round. I can't make it. I'm honest to say to you guys, I cannot make it. I did, back on the days, over 20 years ago. Okay, 20 years ago, when I was 20, 21, 19. That was different times for me. Those are different ways of training. Okay, a lot of things were allowed back then, which are not allowed today. Thank God, because sometimes it was a bit awkward. Anyway, I practice the martial art side of the capoeira. Okay, I don't practice capoeira to play in the roda to make performance. That moment when you go to the roda and you just, you kick someone and you get down, when you play the music, this is the fun part of the sport, when you are just celebrating with someone. So that's why I feel very wrong when people, they go to the capoeira roda and they start fighting, punching people, try to knock people down. I don't like that. Okay, because if people want to do so, go to the ring, go and make some money, go and make a living out of it. Not be in an environment when only him wants to destroy everyone, when nobody else wants that effect. As I'm growing older, I'm start realizing, well, I'm getting slower. I'm getting a lot slower. And all the fractures I had back on the days, they are coming back after the 40s. The metabolism slows down a lot. Okay, so what do I need to do now? Now I need to train as a 40 plus years old man. When I was on my 30s, okay, 30 to 39, I was training as I am on my 30s, because I know the power is still there, the speed is in there, this animal instinct is in there. So you come to the train, you don't give a shit who is there. You really want to come and make the training happen because you really want it to happen. When I'm on my 20s, that's when I'm absolutely immature and I don't give a shit about you. If you are in front of me, I want to destroy you. That's what I want to do, And when you get to your 40s, what is left for you? You need to make sure all the food that you were having before, you cannot eat a lot of things that you like, because your body will simply not digest it. The metabolism slows down that much, okay? Now, I need to cut a lot of things which is not great for me. I need to cut the milk, I need to cut soft drinks, I need to cut beers. I'm not saying I need to stop it, but I have to reduce everything what I eat in very small portions or amount. Why? So I can still be able to work with my body. When the problem comes into your joints, okay, that's the place where you don't really want the inflammations to be at, and that's where most of the inflammations are. Because after you train, the lactic acid is left on your muscles. It will give you a bit of aches there after the training, maybe the after tomorrow. And if you go for a nice, sports massage, will sort the problem out. A deep tissue massage will sort the problem out. But to your joints, there is many other things which you need to start understanding. Right, what can I do for my joints? What can I do to keep able to keep mobile? As I say, most of the exercises, the techniques what I train, most of the things what I'm doing for my body, and people say, well, this is a very stupid dance. It is. But this very stupid dance is still allow me. Hey, JC, how you doing, motherfucker? Hey, Lily, how you doing, buddy? Or lady, or whatever you are, thank you, thanks for coming about. Guys, please don't forget to leave your like, don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Right, once you get to the 40s, what we need to understand, that nice fillet, that piece of meat, fat, everything what you could. Fala, Rafael, bom dia, irmão, como é que você tá? Tudo na paz? Those beautiful, short ribs we are eating, we love that. They will not digest properly anymore. And then you get like this greasy food and put very cold beer inside, what happens? Fat. Slow down. Inflammations. Mainly on your joints. So, unfortunately, I have not to swap it by, but at the same time I have a piece of meat. I need to remember to eat some turmeric with my food. Why? To help on my joints. So the turmeric will be great anti-inflammatory, okay? Lemon, ginger, avocado seed, the rock of the avocado, they are all very powerful anti-inflammatories. And then to potentialize more these anti-inflammatories, you put black pepper in it. So it's going to be even better. Now, how nice is it? Yeah, you get used to it. Okay, and then you need to, instead of having the big jar of shop of cold beer, You're gonna swap for a shot of apple cider vinegar because it's gonna be even better for your stomach. Collagens, you know. So there's a lot of things what happens to the body after 40 years old, which people don't really understand, and they want to keep training and fighting the way they were doing before. You still can, but you need to understand you're gonna be a lot slower. You're gonna be a hell lot slower because it's not because, oh, I'm getting old. Of course you're getting old. But I want to keep up, I want to keep pushing. You can. It just means you're gonna have a lot of more injuries if you don't start looking after your body. Okay? From inside out. Because every pain we just believe, oh, my arm is hurting, or my back's hurting, it's something, the muscle, blah, blah. It can be anything. It can be your liver, it can be your bladder, it can be your kidneys. So, like yesterday, after the training, I went back home and I was doing like a self-massage, you know where? On my liver meridian. Just stimulating it all the way around. Why? Because my lower back was not great. But you know, the muscles, they're fine. But, I don't know. And then I was just, you know, doing some massage on the liver meridian. And this morning I just woke up like, oh yeah, I'm great again, I'm fine. So it's understanding how your body works. Anyway. And because I start understanding on my late 30s, my body is slowing down, but I still want to be able to protect myself out there. So if when I see someone carrying a weapon, what can I do? Run. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. Someone is holding a weapon, I'm disappear. Hey Leo, how you doing, buddy? Don't forget to leave your like there, motherfucker. All of you guys who are arriving there, please don't forget to leave your like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's enjoy the channel together and be crazy together, of course. But if you swear at me, you know what's coming back. I'm gonna swear at you as well, motherfuckers. I will. So I start understanding I'm not, you know, my stamina is good, yes, but my stamina is good for a 40 years old man. Is not comparing to a stamina what a 20 years old man will have. Okay, hola, Mr. Raven, how you doing? I hope you are good too. I hope you're all right. Thanks very much, guys, for all of you who are coming to the live, who are showing up here to say hi. Really appreciate it. You motherfucker, we are all motherfuckers, Lee. We are all bunch of motherfuckers, motherfucker. Don't forget to leave your like before you disappear in there, boy. So my skills of weapons, they were okay. They were not bad, but they still would put me on the, if someone pulls a knife, turn around and run. How about if this person pulling a knife against me is a 20 years old man? He's gonna run faster than I, surely. I'm still gonna try to run. I'm still gonna make my way out. I'm still gonna try to disappear, you know. Because I don't want to confront a person holding a weapon. This is not what we do in life, okay? You know what, Victor? Victor, aha, there you are, motherfucker. Where have you been? That's what we always say, buddy. At least someone remembers what I was saying before. First rule of the street. You are never safe, ever. Regardless where you are never safe. But what happened in Manchester, like in England, a couple of days ago, or yesterday, I don't remember, in the synagogue, a guy with a machete killed 2, harmed another 4. You know, this is the kind of things what I'm talking about. You are never safe. Even people in the synagogue, you are in the church, you are praying to God, you are just living your life purely, without mean no harm to no one. And suddenly, piece of shit from hell will just appear to devastate and break your family, break your life, bringing, you know, all of this shit into your life. So that's what I say. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people understand what I do. And I will try my best to keep at least myself and people around me safe. Even though if I have to end my days in a 4-wall cell. But as long as I'm there, I will try and make sure I will protect them. Because if it's me, I can, as I said, I run. But if I have someone by my side, what can I do? Am I going to run and leave my 5-year-old son back? How? That's why I understood, Gemma, back there, my skills, they were very limited, okay, into the weapon defense. Mainly I say that because I've trained with guns. But I'm in England, we don't use guns over here. There is no chance I'm gonna have another gun around here, so no. When I go to Brazil, I go to stand, I go and I do my shooting in the countryside, I still do my thing. Well, it's not here. So what can I do here? I need to make sure I protect myself, but I need to make sure I protect my family who are there with me. Okay? This is what I do. And I understood my skills, they were limited. That's when I decided, right, now it's time to leave a lot of things backwards. Geandra, fala Geandra, como é que você tá? Beleza? Steve Legally. Constant carry. Thanks guys, thanks all of you for passing by. Oops, the battery is dying, let me get the cable. Thank all of you for passing here and saying hi and leave your comments. Okay, don't forget to leave your likes, bunch of dick heads. I didn't expect that. Hey, 1 second. Yeah. Oi, Gendra, como é que você tá, querida? Tudo na paz? Beleza? Aqui tudo na tranquilidade. So, what happened? I know this gentleman who is a capoeira master. He is a black belt in taekwondo, karate. He was training Muay Thai, wrestling. He's a master on eskrima and all sorts of other martial arts. So what I have decided, this is the man, after seeing his skills, that's what I want to learn about weapons. Okay? But he's on his 70s now. So we don't have the chance to see each other very often because we live maybe a couple of hours away from each other. So all the time we have the chance to meet. So I started training weapons with him. You know, knives, machetes, sticks, hands, or whatever we can use to protect myself on the street. And as I keep saying to people, it's not about protecting you all the time or harming the other person. So attacker coming here, it's not the neck, throw on the floor. It's the consequence what comes afterwards. If you harm someone, you need to take the consequence out of it. What is going to happen to you? How is you going to feed your family if you go to prison? How are you going to leave the other person who is there as well? Because there is the caring about the person who you going to attack. Who is this person? Is the person who deserves to die? Well, if the person is trying to kill me, I wouldn't hesitate of moving and act as fast as I can. I just need to understand the consequence of my actions will come tomorrow. Então é isso, olha, pessoal. Entendeu? Muitas vezes quando nós treinamos, nós entendemos que todo treinamento, ele tem um fundamento, ele tem uma lógica. Vocês dificilmente vão me ver treinar capoeira para estar jogando em rodas de capoeira. O meu treinamento da capoeira, ele vai ser sempre baseado na defesa pessoal, ele vai ser sempre baseado no ataque rápido e preciso. Eu não vou perder meu tempo em briga de boteco. É o que eu sempre digo para os meus alunos. Nunca percam seu tempo em briga de rua, briga de boteco, quando alguém te provoca. Quer ser um lutador? Quer ganhar dinheiro com luta? Tudo bem, tudo certo. Treine não apenas uma arte, mas treine várias. Por quê? Você vai precisar, porque simplesmente um capoeirista pular dentro de um ringue, ele vai precisar saber sair de uma alavanca, de um aperto, o cara levou pro chão, ele vai ter que segurar, então ele vai ter que participar de outras coisas. Na rua é diferente, na rua você tá ali, pô, aconteceu alguma coisa, não dá pra fazer nada, foda-se, é aqui mesmo. Aí você arranca um grampo de cabelo, você puxa uma chave do teu carro que tá no bolso, você achou um pedaço de pau no chão, você achou uma pedra, né, entendeu? O cara pode estar armado. Na rua é imprevisível. A briga de rua, ela é imprevisível. Não existe vencedores. É uma briga de rua. Não existe um brigão que entrou para uma briga de rua, ficou lá a vida inteira, bateu em todo mundo e tá velhinho hoje. Não. cara pode ser até que aconteça, mas é o cara que tá armado, é o cara que tá ali, não é pra brigar, entendeu? Vamos ver. A capoeira, entendeu? Ela deixou de ser marginalizada e entrou para a sociedade muitas décadas atrás, entendeu? Um século atrás. Ela deixou, não, um século atrás não, porque eu também já estou exigindo muito, né? Mas várias décadas. Ela deixou de ser marginalizada, por quê? Por causa da... A capoeira foi marginalizada por causa da forma que ela era. Primeiro, para acabar com a identidade do preto, que tudo que vem do preto não presta. A mentalidade era essa. Tudo que vem do preto não presta. É o samba, é o candomblé, é a capoeira ou qualquer outra coisa. Ah, quem está praticando é preto? Não, não. Não, não. Expulsa, é ilegal. A partir do momento que o senhor branco, quando eu falo senhor branco, não é uma questão de racismo. Quando, vamos dizer assim, a elite, ela começou a enxergar uma certa brecha, né, que ela também poderia estar praticando aquele esporte ou aquela cultura e ao mesmo tempo ganhando uns trocos, aí ela foi legalizada de novo. Por quê? Porque daí a sociedade fazia parte disso. Mas antigamente quem que era? Era carroceiro, era brigão, era ladrão, era vagabundo, era o cara que não tinha o que fazer, era o arruaceiro que praticava capoeira. É onde a capoeira era perversa, onde a capoeira era uma briga de rua muito efetiva, entendeu? E onde existia todo tipo de coisa. E vários mestres já diziam, bom, um capoeirista não precisa de armas, porque o seu próprio corpo ele já é uma arma. Entendeu? As suas mãos, os seus dedos, seu joelho, seu pé, sua cabeça, ela já é uma arma. O corpo humano ele é uma arma mortal. Agora, existe o elemento estranho, que é o que vem junto com essa arma, que é um pedaço de pau, alguma outra coisa que uma pessoa vai tentar usar contra você. Então, o capoeirista em si, ele não tem obrigação nenhuma de usar armas na capoeira. Agora, ele tem por obrigação a saber como se defender delas. Porque ele não sabe com quem ele vai brigar, ele não sabe com quem ele vai lutar, ele não sabe quem está desafiando ele. Então eu acredito que me foi passado pelos meus mestres isso. Eu sempre aprendi a movimentação, aprendi a defesa, aprendi o ataque, o bloqueio, o estrangulamento, porrada. E também aprendi armas, certo? Então hoje, eu acredito que o que eu aprendi lá atrás não é para muitas pessoas que eu vou passar isso. No entanto, que nos últimos 20 anos, 19 anos, eu tenho apenas 6 alunos que estão comigo. E tem um monte de turista que passa pelas minhas escolas. Tem um monte de gente que passa por aqui, tem um monte de gente que chega, né? Ah, como é que é isso, como é que não é, tal, fica ali um tempo, fica 1 ano, 2 anos, tal. Aí, ou não arruma trabalho, ou vai embora, ou só estava de passeio, ou terminou os estudos, né? Tem que ir para algum outro canto, entendeu? Enfim. Agora, treinando comigo, assim, direto, são 5 pessoas e um que entrou esses tempos atrás e agora tem uns 2 anos atrás. Entendeu? Mas que eu já conheço há mais de 15 anos também, que já participou de muitos seminários comigo. E são pessoas que praticam outras artes marciais. Não são pessoas que chegaram apenas na capoeira e, eu vou aprender esse negócio aqui porque eu achei legal. Não, são pessoas que vêm do Kung Fu, são pessoas que vêm do Muay Thai, são pessoas que vêm do Jiu-Jitsu, são pessoas que vêm do Tempo, são pessoas que vêm das artes de ninjutsu, são pessoas que vêm de todas as formas, entendeu? O menino que está em York, 3º dan Black Belt de Taekwondo. O outro que for para Oxford agora treina Karatê desde moleque, que o pai dele é o sensei dele. O outro lá treina Kung Fu não sei quantos anos. O outro dá aula de Kung Fu há não sei quantos anos. O outro dá aula de Jiu-Jitsu. O outro dá aula de Judô. O outro dá aula da puta que pariu. Tem os meninos do Muay Thai que chegam junto lá também. Entendeu? E agora tá chegando o pessoal da esgrima. O pessoal da faca. Então a gente se reúne, a gente treina, a gente trabalha. Agora comigo treinando são 5 pessoas há 19 anos. E pergunta para eles: qual foi o dia que eu cheguei e realmente ensinei a eles como usar uma arma? A gente faz algum curso, né? Eu mostro algumas técnicas, eu mostro algumas maneiras de poder estar utilizando arma longa, arma curta, entendeu? Agora, o dia que eles precisarem usar isso, eles vão saber como usar? Essa é a questão. É por isso que eu falo, não existe uma defesa, entendeu? De mão a limpa, quando é uma faca, você pode até se dar bem. Mas você vai sair cortado, você vai sair machucado, muito machucado. Contra uma pessoa que sabe utilizar uma arma em mãos, entendeu? Uma arma de corte, não existe uma defesa para ela, porque de toda maneira que você entrar para atacar ela, ela tem a porra de uma arma na mão. É isso que muita gente quer entender. Entendeu? Não adianta, velho. Você vai pular 2, vai pular 3, pode pular 10 em cima do cara. Vão pegar o cara, vão parar o cara, vai. Agora, quem vai ser os primeiros que vão pular em cima do cara? Quando o cara tá ali, ó. Né? Não tô falando de um babaca aí que passa a mão no facão aí, sai se aventurando no meio dos outros. Tô falando de alguém que realmente saiba usar um facão, saiba usar uma espada, saiba usar uma faca. Pode ter 10 na frente dele. Eu quero saber quem é o primeiro que vai chegar, que o primeiro que chegar já vai ser cutucado. O cara deu soco, cutucou. O cara chutou, cutucou. O cara chegou perto, cutucou. O cara abraçou, tomou. Se pular os 10 em cima do cara de uma vez só, beleza. Né? Agora, dá tempo? Na mão de alguém que realmente sabe usar uma arma, primeiro o cara não vai puxar uma arma assim e vai ficar mostrando assim, vem. Não, sabe usar uma arma, a arma está escondida. Entendeu? Ele só vai usar, chegou o momento, ele atacou, cortou, saiu. Ninguém nem sabe muitas vezes o que aconteceu ali. Então é isso, a gente tem que tomar muito cuidado com quem a gente treina, onde a gente aprende, o que a gente treina. E treine de acordo com a sua idade, porque a gente vai envelhecendo aos poucos e o corpo ele começa a sentir tudo isso. Então levem tudo em consideração, tá? Que nem todo chute alto ele é vantajoso. Porque muitas vezes, quanto mais alto levanta-se a perna, mais fácil é para o companheiro. Ele, opa, puxou uma rasteirinha aqui. A perna subiu aqui. Se a perna chegar no meu peito, é o suficiente para mim aplicar uma rasteira. Se a perna chegar na minha linha de cintura, é o suficiente para mim aplicar uma rasteira. Imagina se a tua perna sobe até a minha cabeça aqui, eu não preciso nem me abaixar. Eu só vou entrar, abaixar a cabeça e te puxar. E é claro, chegar junto. Né? Agora, o chute alto é bonito? É. É eficiente? É. É vantajoso? É. Todo momento? Não. Existe o momento e os momentos. Beleza, pessoal? Então é isso. Vou ficando por aqui. Vou deixando vocês aí. Vou dar uma limpadinha aqui no meu caminhão e vou dar uma limpadinha no meu carro, que daqui a pouco, ó, partiu Escócia, partiu Edimburgo. Então é isso aí, galera. Thank you very much, guys. All of you who passed here today. Thanks for all of the likes. Thanks for the comments. Much appreciate it. Really. Thanks for the new subscribers. If anybody has subscribed to the channel. If not, thank you very much anyway for being passing by here. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. If I know the If I know the answer, I will answer. If I don't know the answer, I will lie. But you're gonna get the answer out of me. Okay? Catch you guys later. Bye for now.